Have you ever laid in bed at night, eyes wide open, while the rest of the world seems to be peacefully asleep? You turn over, fluff your pillow, count a few sheep, maybe even try that deep breathing trick someone mentioned at lunch, but nothing. Morning creeps in before you know it, and there you are, more tired than when you first crawled under the covers. If that sounds familiar, you're definitely not alone. A lot of folks think poor sleep is just part of getting older. That's just how it is after 60, people say, as if restful nights are a thing of the past. But here's the truth. Sleep changes with age, yes, but that doesn't mean we have to settle for tossing and turning every night. You deserve better than that. Good sleep isn't just a luxury, it's a major part of staying sharp, feeling good, and living fully, no matter your age. So let's talk about it. Today, we're going to explore something many people avoid: why sleep in old age feels so complicated, and what you can actually do about it. We'll unpack what's really going on in your body and mind, and I'll share a few simple habits that can make a big difference. And no, this isn't about sleeping like a teenager again. It's about understanding what your body needs now, and how to work with it, not against it. Let's start with something that often catches people by surprise: your sleep rhythm. You know how, back in your younger years, you could stay up late watching movies, sleep until 9 or 10, and still feel refreshed? Well, somewhere along the way, your internal clock, what scientists call your circadian rhythm, started shifting. For many older adults, that clock starts waking them up earlier and making them sleepy earlier too. But here's the twist: even though you might get sleepy earlier, your ability to fall into that deep, restorative kind of sleep actually gets a bit weaker. It's like your body's saying, "I'm tired," but then once you lie down, it forgets how to follow through. That's frustrating, isn't it? And it can leave you feeling groggy the next day, even if you went to bed early. Now, this shift isn't your fault. It's part of how the brain changes with age. The production of melatonin, the hormone that tells your body it's time to sleep, starts to decline. That's why many people over 60 find themselves waking up at 3 or 4 in the morning, unable to drift back off. So what can help? One of the best things you can do is to start honoring that new internal clock instead of fighting it. Try this. Go to bed and wake up at the same time every single day, even on weekends. I know it sounds boring, but consistency is key. Our bodies are creatures of habit, and the more steady your sleep and wake times are, the more likely you are to fall asleep easily and wake up refreshed. And while we're at it, let's talk about light, because light plays a much bigger role in your sleep than most people realize. When you step outside in the morning, that natural sunlight helps reset your body's clock for the day. It boosts your mood too. On the flip side, too much artificial light at night, especially from phones or TV screens, can confuse your brain into thinking it's still daytime. So if you're someone who enjoys scrolling through your phone in bed or falling asleep with the TV on, that might be getting in your way more than you think. One small change? Try dimming the lights about an hour before bed. Maybe turn off the screens and pick up a book instead. Doesn't have to be anything heavy, just something light and pleasant to ease your mind. Even better, if you can get some sunshine during the day. A short morning walk, a few minutes in the garden, that'll pay off when it's time to hit the hay. Another thing that sneaks up on people is caffeine. I know, giving up your afternoon cup of coffee might sound like a tragedy. But caffeine doesn't just keep you awake in the moment, it can actually linger in your system for hours. That innocent cup of coffee at 3 p.m.? It might still be affecting your sleep at 10 p.m. If you notice you're more restless at night, try switching to decaf after lunchtime. Or even better, reach for a soothing herbal tea in the evening. Chamomile, lemon balm, and passion flower are all gentle, natural ways to ease into sleep without that wired feeling. And of course, we can't ignore what's going on in our heads. Worries, to-do lists, aches and pains, they all seem to come knocking the moment our head hits the pillow. That's where a simple wind-down routine can help. Just like kids need bedtime stories and a soft blanket, adults, yes, even us grown-ups, benefit from a little structure at night. Maybe it's 10 minutes of gentle stretching, a bit of meditation, or even writing down your thoughts in a notebook. Nothing fancy, just something to tell your brain, hey, it's time to settle down. If your mind still races at night, you might try a little trick called box breathing. It's easy. Inhale for 4 seconds, hold for 4, exhale for 4, and hold again for 4. Do that a few times and you'll be surprised how it calms the whole system. It's like a reset button for your nervous system. Now, don't worry, I'm not going to tell you to turn your whole life upside down or follow some strict bedtime ritual. Life is unpredictable and nobody's perfect. But if you can make just a few of these small shifts, you might notice your nights becoming a little more peaceful and your days a whole lot brighter. Now, while those little shifts, like setting a regular bedtime and stepping outside for a bit of sunlight, can do wonders, sometimes sleep is still stubborn. You lie there thinking, I've done everything right, so why am I still staring at the ceiling? And that's where we need to take a closer look at what's happening in the body and mind as we age, especially the things that don't get talked about nearly enough. Let's start with something we don't always want to admit: pain. You know, those little aches in the hips, knees, back, maybe even your shoulders or neck. It's not always intense, but it's enough to keep you from getting truly comfortable. And when your body can't relax, your brain can't either. You shift positions, pile up pillows, try lying on your side or your back, but the discomfort nags at you. It's hard to drift off when you're battling your own mattress. That's why it's worth taking a fresh look at your sleep setup. Your mattress doesn't need to be expensive, but it does need to support your body the way it is now, not the way it used to be. Sometimes the problem isn't your age, it's your bed. If you've been sleeping on the same mattress since your kids moved out, it might be time for an upgrade. Look for something medium firm, not too soft, not too hard, and add a pillow between your knees or under your legs to ease pressure on your joints. Small changes, big difference. And let's not forget, movement during the day matters just as much as rest at night. It might sound backwards, but gentle physical activity is one of the best ways to get better sleep. A short daily walk, a bit of light stretching, or even dancing in the living room while you tidy up, it gets the blood flowing, helps regulate your internal clock, and makes your body more ready for rest later. You don't have to run marathons, just stay gently active. As they say, motion is lotion. But here's the thing that surprises most people: naps. Oh yes, naps. They feel amazing, especially after lunch when the eyelids get heavy and the couch looks just right. But here's the catch: too much daytime napping can actually throw your nighttime sleep way off. If you nap too long or too late in the day, it can make it harder to fall asleep when bedtime comes. So if you're going to nap, try to keep it short and sweet, 20 to 30 minutes tops, and ideally before 3 p.m. And speaking of after lunch, let's talk digestion. As we get older, our digestion slows down a bit, and eating a heavy dinner too close to bedtime can leave us feeling bloated or uncomfortable just when we want to relax. Big meals, rich foods, spicy dishes, they can all mess with your sleep more than you might think. If you often wake up in the middle of the night feeling hot, restless, or a little queasy, your dinner habits could be part of the problem. A lighter evening meal, maybe some soup, steamed veggies, a little fish or rice, can make it easier on your system and help your body shift into rest mode. And try to leave a couple of hours between your last bite and bedtime. That gives your body a chance to digest and wind down. Now, let's take a moment to talk about something a little more personal. It's not often discussed out loud, but it affects many people: trips to the bathroom in the middle of the night. Sound familiar? You fall asleep just fine, but then you're up once, maybe twice, maybe more. And after that second trip, falling back asleep feels like trying to catch a moving train. Frequent nighttime urination, what doctors call nocturia, is incredibly common after 60. Sometimes it's due to certain medications, other times it's about fluid intake too close to bedtime. If you're drinking a big glass of water or tea right before you lie down, that could be part of the issue. Try to hydrate more during the first half of the day, and then slow it down in the evening. Of course, never ignore it. If you're going to the bathroom a lot at night, it's worth checking with your doctor to rule out any underlying issues. Now, even if your body is cooperating, there's still one more piece of the puzzle that tends to show up more often with age: worry. Not just the everyday kind, but those deeper, nagging thoughts. Thoughts about health, about loved ones, about the future. Sometimes they sneak in quietly, other times they hit like a wave. And they love to show up right when you're trying to fall asleep. That's why having a little mental routine at night is just as important as brushing your teeth or fluffing your pillow. Your brain needs time to unwind just like your body. A lot of folks find that writing down their thoughts in a little notebook before bed, even just a sentence or two, can help clear the mental clutter. Others like to say a short prayer, listen to soft music, or do a few minutes of gratitude, thinking about what went right that day instead of what went wrong. It's not about ignoring the hard stuff. It's about giving yourself permission to let go of it, just for the night. You can always pick it back up in the morning, if you need to. But for now, you rest. You've earned it. Sometimes it feels like we spend all day trying to get things done, only to spend all night trying to get our minds to stop. It's one of life's little ironies, isn't it? We finally slow down, but our thoughts speed up. That's why I want to take a moment to talk about the idea of creating calm, not just hoping for it, but gently making space for it to settle in before bed. For many people, a nighttime ritual can work wonders. Nothing complicated. Something simple, familiar, and soothing. It could be as easy as dimming the lights an hour before bedtime, or turning off the TV and sitting quietly with a cup of warm herbal tea. Lavender, chamomile, even lemon balm, they're gentle on the system, help the body relax, and don't leave you feeling groggy in the morning. It's like sending your body a gentle signal, hey, we're winding down now. If you're someone who still watches the evening news or scrolls through your phone in bed, you might be doing more harm than you realize. The blue light from screens can confuse your brain, making it think it's still daytime. That messes with your melatonin, the hormone that helps you fall asleep, and can delay your body's natural sleep response. So as tempting as it might be to check one last text or scroll through photos, try switching screens off at least 30 minutes before bed. Let your eyes and your mind. And if silence feels too quiet, you're not alone. A lot of people find it easier to fall asleep with soft background sounds. That might be a fan, a sound machine with ocean waves or rainfall, or even calming piano music. You're not being fussy, you're tuning your environment to support rest. Just like we soften the lights in a cozy room, we can soften the soundscape of our sleep. Now let's talk about something else that tends to show up more after 60, changing sleep cycles. You might notice that you fall asleep earlier in the evening and wake up earlier in the morning, often much earlier than you'd like. This shift is completely normal. Our internal clocks, called circadian rhythms, naturally shift as we age. But the world doesn't always shift with us, and that can lead to those frustrating mornings where you're awake at 4:30 a.m., wondering what to do until the sun comes up. The good news? You don't have to fight it. In fact, resisting these changes often leads to more frustration and less rest. If your body wakes up earlier, try adjusting your routine just a little. Enjoy the quiet hours of the morning. Read a book. Journal. Sit by the window with a warm drink. You don't need to jump into the day, just ease into it. There's a kind of peace in those early hours that's hard to find elsewhere. But while early mornings can be peaceful, frequent waking during the night is another matter entirely. Tossing and turning at 1 a.m., again at 3 a.m., and then finally giving up at 5. That's a recipe for exhaustion. And if this sounds familiar, you're not alone. Fragmented sleep becomes more common with age, often due to lighter sleep stages and a lower threshold for waking. Here's the thing, waking up during the night isn't always the enemy. What matters is whether you can return to sleep easily. And if not, it might help to get up. Yes, get out of bed. Do something quiet and non-stimulating. Read a few pages of a calm book, listen to soft music, or simply sit and breathe. Avoid bright lights and don't reach for the phone. After 10 or 15 minutes, head back to bed and try again. Sometimes just breaking the cycle of frustration is enough to invite sleep back in. And through all of this, the routines, the rituals, the adjustments, perhaps the most important thing is how we think about sleep. It's easy to fall into a pattern of worry. What if I don't sleep again tonight? Why is this happening to me? But that worry itself becomes part of the problem. It creates tension in the body and stress in the mind, the very things that chase sleep away. So here's a gentle reminder, your body hasn't forgotten how to sleep. It just needs a little more support now, a little more kindness, and maybe a little more patience. The truth is, we don't have to chase sleep. We can create the right conditions, let go of the pressure, and allow it to return on its own time. And if all else fails, if the night stays long and the sleep stays far, know that you're not broken. You're not doing anything wrong. You're simply going through something that many others your age are experiencing too. You're part of a quiet, shared story, one where each of us is learning to rest in a different way than we used to. Because here's what's really important. Sleep is just one piece of a much bigger puzzle. What truly matters is how you feel during the day. Are you alert enough to do the things you enjoy? Are you finding moments of joy, movement, laughter? If so, then you're already doing something right. And if not, small changes, even just one, can begin to shift things in the right direction. There's something beautifully human about the way we wrestle with rest. We try to reason with our bodies, bargain with our minds, and hope that somehow tonight will be the night we sleep straight through until morning. And even when it isn't, even when we wake up feeling groggy or restless, we still get up, stretch, and keep going. That persistence, that quiet strength, is something worth honoring. By now, you've probably started to see that sleep in our later years isn't just about tired eyes and early bedtimes. It's tied to so much more: our moods, our memory, our energy, even our ability to fight off illness. When sleep is off, everything feels a little heavier. But when it's good, the world just feels more manageable, more open, more alive. You don't need to chase some perfect version of sleep. You don't need to go back to the way things were in your 30s or 40s. You just need rest that supports you where you are now in this stage of life. Maybe that means going to bed earlier. Maybe it means taking short naps in the afternoon. Maybe it means being more mindful about what you eat before bed or how much caffeine sneaks into your day. And maybe, just maybe, it means giving yourself permission to slow down. There's a kind of wisdom that comes with age. You start to realize that not everything needs fixing. Some things just need understanding. Sleep might be one of those things. It's not always about doing more, it's about doing less, but doing it with more intention, more care, more compassion for your body and its natural rhythms. If you're feeling frustrated with your sleep, that's okay. Be gentle with yourself. You're adjusting to something that most people go through eventually, and there's no single right way to do it. But with time, with a few simple shifts, and with a little more awareness, things can get better. They really can. Because at the end of the day, your body wants to rest. It's not working against you, it's just asking for a little help. And you're more than capable of giving it that help, one small step at a time. Maybe tonight, you turn the lights down a little earlier. Maybe you trade scrolling for soft music. Maybe you sit quietly and let your thoughts drift, without trying to solve everything before bed. Maybe you just breathe, slowly and deeply, and remind yourself that you've made it through so many nights already, and you'll make it through this one too. And here's the truth: even if your sleep isn't perfect, your life can still be full, rich, and joyful. You are still you. A little tired sometimes, sure, but still full of potential. Still needed. Still capable of laughing, creating, loving, and living fully. So don't let a restless night make you forget the power of a brand new morning. If this video spoke to you, if you felt seen, heard, or even just a little more hopeful, I'd love to hear from you. Share your experience in the comments below. What's helped you sleep better? What are you still struggling with? Let's create a space where we can learn from each other, support each other, and remind one another that we're not alone in this. And if you found this helpful, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe. There's so much more we'll be talking about, little ways to make this stage of life feel a bit easier, a bit lighter, and a whole lot brighter. You deserve peace. You deserve rest. And you deserve to feel good, not just at night, but every single day. Here's to better sleep, better mornings, and a life that keeps getting richer with time. Sleep well, my friend.